So you've just got your Galaxy S25 Ultra and you want to know how you can use these cameras better. Well, here is my top 5 camera features that you need to know about the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Welcome back to SamMobile TV. You're here with Daniel. In front of me is my S25 Ultra. Hopefully you've got yours as well. If you do, pull it out and go along with what I'm showing you because you might learn and you want to learn some of the camera things that you can do with it. First thing I want to show you is single take. Single take has been my favorite Samsung camera mode since they introduced it with the Galaxy S20 Ultra. They've just made it better over time. What they've done now is they've done and added something called pre-recording. The pre-recording in single take, its whole purpose is that if you happen to maybe pull out your phone and are trying to organize a moment with your kids, with your pet, and you're waiting to hit the shutter button, if you're pointing the camera at the subject and you're just waiting, it will pre-record 5 seconds. That way, if something happens in that time, it's captured it. So if they're doing something fun or cute, it'll actually pre-record it. Genius. But then once you've actually hit the shutter button, it's got countdowns from 15 seconds where it's going to capture and use artificial intelligence to extract the right moments in stills or in videos. But there is now this extra shutter button that they've added, which will help you capture your own frames if you want to add to what single take will capture itself. I have found this incredibly useful for my own kids. Just being out and about and just launching single take, you can let it pre-record if you aren't sure that you want to capture first, and then you can hit the shutter button when you're ready. And then whatever it's pre-recorded will be added into that footage. Not only that, the stuff you've pressed with your own shutter will add into the album as well, giving you a really complete picture of the moment that you can take and upload or just store for memories and viewing later on. I've loved single take for a long time. I love this inclusion. You of course still have all of the cameras to take single take with as well. It's a really good option and I think a lot of people will enjoy it. The second one that I want to show you, and this one is one I've shown pretty much every time I talk about the S24 Ultra and onwards, dual recording. Dual recording for me has been a bit of a game changer for capturing my own content of my family, especially my son at football. Spoke a lot about it last year with the S24 Ultra, how good it is to have the option to record from 2 rear cameras in 4K 30 at the same time. So you can choose your cameras really easily. You've got either the option of the front as one and then the other 3 as another, or the rear and one of the other rear cameras as the other options. You can also save them either as separate videos or as one, the way it's previewed on the screen. I think separate files is the way to go because it saves them as both. And then you've got 2 different angles of the same moment in high resolution as well with 4K 30. What Samsung have added this year with it is that the HDR toggle. So it means that it's going to add that little bit of extra brightness to the video and a bit of extra dynamic range. You can even see it on the preview screen, how it brightens it up because it's there to capture more detail and more dynamic range. I think this is far better than the director's view that it replaced from the S23 series because it ups the resolution to 4K 30 and it gives you the option from 2 rear cameras instead of just one. Genius for me. And even if you don't use this all the time, knowing it's there for the right moment, you'll need it and it'll be great for you to have. The third one kind of goes hand in hand with that. It is log video recording. For me, as a content creator, and even just as someone who shoots a lot of video of my family as well, having log video is going to be the ultimate in flexibility when I go back to edit the footage later, particularly if I want to grade it in a certain way. But not only that, it also removes a lot of the processing that smartphone videos tend to do, which not everyone should be worried about, I should say. Smartphone videos are great for uploading to social media. But if you want something to maybe be displayed on a TV, like behind me, you might want something that preserves the detail, but then also has more points of dynamic range. And then you can go and malleable it to your own liking later. And that's what log does. It records it in that sort of flat profile. And then you can either correct the color on the phone itself or do it in your own processing software like Premiere Pro on the computer. Just gives you that extra bit of flexibility. It's really easy to turn on in the settings under advanced video options. As long as you've got the high efficiency video codec turned on, you can then activate log. And then you can either have it in pro video mode or video and pro video modes. I don't know why you'd have it in just Pro Video mode only. I think that would be silly, especially because when you go out of the settings, there's a toggle to turn it on and off anyway. So I think it'd be much better to just have the toggle there and have it off and then activate it when you need it. Obviously in Pro Video mode with log, you have extra options that you can customize because it's Pro Video, like the ISO, the shutter speed, the exposure value. There's a lot more there that you can do, and having that log toggle is really good. The next one's macro photography, but not just macro, 50 megapixel macro. So you've always been able to, with Samsung phones, to use the ultra wide, or at least the ultra from S21 Ultra onwards, to use the ultra wide camera to getting close to something and snap a macro shot. That is because the ultra wide cameras have always had a dual pixel autofocus and next to it, a laser autofocus module, which helps detect how far something is away and then activates that macro. This year, they've added in 50 megapixel. So now that ultra wide camera is a high resolution, meaning you can get in as close as you could before and then snap a higher detailed shot. So now this is a 50 megapixel one. You can see the grain on it a lot clearer. And then if I go back one to the 12 megapixel one, it's a little bit noisier as you zoom in because it's only 12 versus 50. Look, obviously this is a really hyper-specific feature. You might use this when taking photos of flowers outdoors or in wildlife. But the fact is, they've just given you that extra bit of flexibility. The ultra-wide camera on a whole has already got a massive upgrade just by being a bigger sensor and better aperture, f1.9 versus f2.2 from before. But this just gives you an extra arsenal to your bow. Extra bow to your arsenal, it doesn't matter. And the last one in here that I want to show you is to do with video again. And this will kind of go hand in hand with the log video recording that I spoke about. It's Inside Camera Assistant, which you can download from the Galaxy Store. And it's called Save Videos to External Storage. So if you have a SSD, you can now record video directly to it. Kind of, I guess, reinstates what we've always been able to do from before we lost the SD card, which was record to SD cards. Whereas now they've kind of brought it back in a different way, just so you have to plug in something onto the USB-C port, and then it'll bypass internal storage and record to that. It does it in video, pro video, portrait video, slow motion, and hyperlapse mode. It's pretty much all the video modes that exist on the phone. It can record to that external storage. Be great if you're a content creator like myself, or if you're someone who just likes to record a lot of moments and doesn't want to clog up your internal storage. You can just save it directly to external storage and bypass that internal altogether. Great feature, and one I'm glad to see Samsung implement, especially as iPhones have had it for a while now. That's some tips for the camera, some of my top features. If there's any other ones you think of, drop them in the comments below. Also go and check out our S24 Ultra versus S25 Ultra camera comparison, where we go through the camera on here and the output and the processing. Full review coming soon, so hit subscribe to SamMobile TV down below to check that out, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.